And going for Atlanta, Chris Sale.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
And now the 0-1. That one ripped, but foul. Oh, 2 now. Swings through it for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. Here's the Pirates lineup now. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Brian Reynolds stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Two down, nobody on. That one misses, and that's ball 2.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
That misses, and now 3-1. That one ripped right center field. That's got a chance. That one opts against the fence. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Just off the outside edge. Ball 1.
Well, you always want to come out in the first inning, try to put something up on the board. It's a big 2-out double right there. See if the cleanup man can drive him in and put a tally up there on the board.
Man at second. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Well, he's realizing out there on the mound that he's got to settle in pretty quickly, or else he's going to get hit hard in this first inning.
That clips the inside corner for a strike.
Well, here's a chance right here for one of the better hitters on this roster to get him on the board in the first. Thanks to the 3-hole hitter extending the inning. Good at bat with 2 outs.
Stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That's inside.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Man on second, 2 down. Out towards right center field. Acuna on the move to the gap. And that'll do it. So a 2-out double, but they don't score. And now the Braves, with their first chance to hit, were scoreless. We go to the bottom of the first. And on the mound for Pittsburgh in this one, Paul Skeens.
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr.
Number 13, Ronald Acuna Jr.
That one close, ruled a ball. Ball one. And another ball.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
This one in the air right field. So a man on base to start the inning. And it hops over the wall for an automatic double.
First baseman, Matt Olson.
That's out the corner.
Pitcher thought that was a strike. He's going to challenge. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. One challenge remaining for them now. Runner at second, nobody out. Next offering in there for a strike. And now it's even 1-1.
Ball two.
Skeens delivers. That misses the zone, and that's ball three. And ball four, two aboard.
Batting third, designated hitter, Sherrison Profar.
Profar climbs in on that left side.
Nope, that's inside.
The 1-0. And that one fouled off. Acuna at second. Olson on at first with nobody out. And that one fouled off. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. One and two now. Just off the outside edge.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with two strikes out of the zone.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is a big first out. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. And Chris, a great matchup in this one. An ace caliber arm in the hill against a deep lineup.
You said it, Boog, and I'm really excited to see how this plays out. The kind of talent they'll be facing, these hitters have a tough task ahead of them. Should be really fun to watch, though.
He was late there. Strike one.
Lay off that pitch down.
Two on, one out. There's a strike.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Misses. Two balls, two strikes to count.
Really good take, especially with two strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
Two outs, runners at first and second. Here comes Austin Riley. Ball one there. The 1-0.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Two on, two outs.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
The 2-1. Strike two, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Can't glove it cleanly. Gets off a throw. They get the force. Misplay doesn't cost them. Inning over. Scoreless after one. Back in Atlanta Truist Park. To the plate now for Pittsburgh is the DH, Marcell Ozuna. Chris Sale back to work. And that drops in for a strike. Sale, more than 100 career wins on the mound, and of course has a Cy Young to his credit. 0-1 down. That one fouled hard the other way. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's the first sinker we've seen today, and it was effective.
Well, take a look at the three-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
No score here in the second. Check swing, and he went. And the count is 0-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike zone rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Down and in, moved his feet. That one fouled off. Two and two. Good job to fight that one off. And it remains 2-2. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Got him looking for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the inning.
Leading
So
off
now to the
the
plate
Braves,
for Atlanta,
left
Mike
fielder,
Yastrzemski.
Mike Yastrzemski.
The 0-1.
Strike! Whoo!
And
That's a ball.
one.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Ground ball right side. Horowitz steps on the bag. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Come on, Ozzie.
First pitch, and he has to get out of the way.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
Rusty Valentine calling balls and strikes.
Boog, something I hear from hitters about Valentine is they know they don't have to protect off the plate too much in two-strike counts, and that can be a big deal in terms of your confidence in seeing some pitches in that at-bat.
Nope, outside.
Two down. Outside corner, got him looking.
Well, he throws him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling when you think the ball's going to get into the gutter and somehow it just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called third strike.
Michael Harris,
No,
the
that's a
second,
ball.
in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. And the 1-0. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Whoa.
Fastball for a strike. And the count's even at 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Two now. Strike 3. Skeens gets the strikeout. We'll move to the third with no score. All set for the start of the inning. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Jared Triolo. And a foul ball. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
That one almost got him. Two on the way. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
Catcher, Joey Bart.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Ball 1 low. another ball.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think. Oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
In the air, center field. Harris settles under it, and there's 2 away.
Up next for the Pirates, first baseman Spencer Horwitz.
So the Pirates batting order turns over. Spencer Horwitz now at the plate. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. It's 0-1.
No, that's a ball.
High fly ball out to center field. Harris moving under it. And that is that. No runs, no hits, no errors. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. We're tied 0-0. Back at Truist Park, now in for the Braves, Mauricio Dubon.
Ball. No, that's a ball.
And another ball.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
That's through there for a strike.
Feels like the fastball is catching them off guard at times. They've watched several go by for strikes, and they're still not attacking them for some reason.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Pretty simple plan of attack on the mound right there, huh?
Yeah, nothing but fastballs. They just kept putting down the number 1 and letting it fly. I like it.
Yeah, me too, and I'd love to hit against that. But, of course, when you're in the box, you think he's bound to change speeds on you at some point. You're just kind of locked up, sort of like reverse psychology.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Still tied at 0, last of the 3rd. Right through there for a strike. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Up next for the Braves, first baseman
Matt Olson up to the plate. Walked his first time. Going 1. Swings through that one out in front that time. Just off the inside corner, and that is ball 1. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. On to the 4th, still scoreless. Back here in Atlanta, at the plate for Pittsburgh, Brandon Lau.
You know, these Pirates just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
The 1-1. Tap foul at the plate. base hit. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
Up next for the Pirates, right fielder, Brian
Dominant
Reynolds.
performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
First pitch swinging. Go ahead run at first. Nobody out. Top half of inning number 4.
No.
The 1-1. And that drops in for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Got him swinging.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. Flied to right his first time.
That's the ball.
Loud, the base runner at first with 1 out. That one catches the zone, and the count 1-1. Just missed. On the ground to third. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On now to the bottom of the 4th. No score. Bottom 4. So here's the Braves designated hitter, Jurickson Profar. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. That one ran inside, almost got him. Strike 3, and now 6 strikeouts in a row.
For the Braves, catcher Drake Baldwin.
Ripped into right field, base hit. And they have their first base runner since the first inning.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Here is Austin Riley. He's 0 for 1. Swung on, belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. Out of here. A 2-run blast. The Braves score first. It's 2-0.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
In there for strike one.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
0-1. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Pitch misses there. Now 1-2.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. The high heat, too much on that one. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Two down, base is empty. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Struck out looking at his first at bat. Up and in, look out.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And that one inside and it hit him.
Take him, mate.
Next for the Braves, center fielder, Michael Harris II.
First pitch just misses. And a swing and a miss there.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
The 1-1.
No, that's high.
And that's too high. Albies, the runner at first with two gone. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
And they'll do it again. This one in the air. And that is that. But two come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this two-run homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. We go to the top of the fifth. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Marcell Ozuna. Chris Sale ready to get back to work.
Oh.
And he can't come up with it. But the throw to first gets him easily, and that's the first out.
Up next for Pittsburgh, center fielder, O'Neal Cruz.
Huh.
Now the 0-1. And that is out of play. The 0-2. And there's a ball.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Just misses with that one. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And that one did find the strike zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. Nick Gonzalez, the next to hit, struck out looking his first time. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Two down, nobody on, and that one fouled off.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
0-2 now. Way inside.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Comes the 2-2. That one almost got him. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And that'll do it. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back in Atlanta Truist Park. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Mauricio Dubon. There's a strike. In the air, right field. Reynolds drifts towards it, and there's one down.
Up next for the Braves, right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Huh.
Swings through that.
He normally does damage on that pitch in that location. Just a swing and a miss there. I don't think you want to throw it again, though.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And you know, pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks now, I mean, he's going to have a better rate than that in this one. So really good stuff working on the mound in this one.
Ground ball to the right side. To first, and Olsen is set down. Inning over. Down in order go the Braves, but they hold the 2-0 lead. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. Leading off, Jared Triolo.
Third baseman, Jared Triolo.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Strike two.
I'll try to bunt for a hit right there, and you can tell he's trying to get something, anything going offensively.
Ball two.
That one missed. Out towards right center field. Harris racing after it. Long run, tracks it down. One away.
Up next for Pittsburgh, catcher Joey Bart.
This one in the air, center field. Harris on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. That's out number two.
Up next for Pittsburgh, first baseman.
Back to the top of the lineup, Spencer Horwitz getting ready to hit. To the right side, and that's just foul.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Two down, nobody on. Left field. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Sale picks up the strikeout. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. You're dialed into the show. Back at Truist Park. So here's the Braves designated hitter, Jurickson Profar. That's inside, and it's 1-0. Bullpen action for the Pirates. Mason Montgomery, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Ramirez, the right-hander, also getting loose. The 1-0. This one ripped, but foul to the right. Strike three, struck him out for the 3rd time today.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Way inside, gets out of the way.
Ball high. Hey.
And there's ball 4. Skeens will challenge that pitch, thinking it's a strike. And on further review, it was a strike. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Payoff pitch. Swing and a high fly ball left field. O'Hearn under it. 2 down.
Up next for the Braves, third baseman, Austin.
Here is Austin Riley. His homer earlier is responsible for the only runs they've scored in this one.
Yeah, forget small ball. They're kind of living and dying by the long ball so far in this one.
Nope, that's high.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. And the count even at 1.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
That's off the mark, and it's 2-1. Inside, just missed. That one hammered, but pulled foul. And a 3-2. Draws the walk there.
Take your base.
Up next for the Braves, left fielder.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Paul Skeens done for the day. Good effort out of him, even though he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm on the bump after a quick break.
Now pitching for Pittsburgh,
Justin Lawrence into the game.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Swing and a miss. 0-1. Riley off of first with 2 away. Ripped, but it curls foul. And the 0-2. Almost got him. Hit on the ground to short. Play made, that ends the inning. Braves strand 1, but they're on top 2-0. Top of inning number 7 at the plate for Pittsburgh, Brandon Lowe.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong and their timing's off.
Here comes the 0-1. Pulls that one foul. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Acuna under it. And a couple of quick outs.
Up next for Pittsburgh, left fielder Ryan O'Hearn.
Ryan O'Hearn, the next Pirate to hit. That misses, and that's ball 1. That one to first, and it goes just foul.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
2 down, nobody on. Up and in, and it's 2-2. Got it. Out number 3. Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Set for the last half of the 7th. Now in for the Braves, Ozzie Albies. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. On the ground, and foul ball.
Ball.
Up the middle, Gonzalez. Over to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Up next for the Braves, center fielder, Michael Harris II.
No, that's a ball. Whew.
Here's a 1-1. Right through there for a strike. That's ripped into the outfield. Out number 2.
Up next for the Braves, the shortstop.
2 outs, base is empty. Mauricio Dubon digs in now.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
The 1-0. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Whips it to first on the run.
He's out.
Nicely done for the out. And the Braves go down quietly. They're up 2-0.
Now pitching.
Here comes a new arm for the Braves, Dylan Lee.
These are the spots where relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Leading off for Pittsburgh, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful, not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Movement in the Atlanta bullpen, Raisel Iglesias, the closer, getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity. Suarez also getting ready. Swing and a miss. And a count 1-2. High fly ball down the left field line. That's back there. See you later. just like that, they're within a run.
That gives this offense something to celebrate for the first time in this one. He got on plane with that high fastball, and look how his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Absolutely crushed that pitch.
Here's O'Neal Cruz. The Braves trying to hold a one-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. Outside low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled off. He was late. Looking to get the tying run on base. That missed by a lot. And it's 2-2. Now 1 missed. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. The shortstop takes the ball. And the 1-0.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Good hitters count the 2-0. Just
No,
missed.
that's a ball.
Jared Triolo in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Trio down.
Strike 1.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And the tying run is on base.
Up next for the Pirates, third baseman Jared Triolo.
Jared Triolo will hit next. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. On the ground to short, Dubon. Over to Albies. Throw to first, they beat
He's
it.
there. Strike.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Dylan Lee out of the game, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. So they bring on their closer in the 8th, Raisel Iglesias.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Triolo leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Quick toss to first, and he dives back in safely.
Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Ball to strike.
No, that's a ball.
That one misses. 3 balls and a strike.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk. And the go-ahead run is on base. Making a move at first, and on a pinch run for Pittsburgh, Jake Mangum looking for some added speed out there in the late innings. Now it's going to be Spencer Horwitz. 0 for 3 in this one. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, but not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
That just misses. Ball 1.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
Two balls, no strikes to count. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Swings through that one. Sliced hard but foul. Two on, 2 outs. And it's filled up. Brandon Lowe, the kind of bat that can make a big impact if they can keep it going here. To third. Riley fires to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. And this is now a 2-1 ball game.
Now pitching for
Back
Pittsburgh.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Isaac Mattson.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Henry Davis, the new catcher now.
Now catching, number 32, Henry Davis. Leading off to the Braves, right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Activity in Pittsburgh's bullpen. Gregory Soto getting ready to go. Mattson measures 6 feet 2 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a foul straight back. The 1-2, way high.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Oh, look at the stop. Throw to first. In the dirt. Great pick. Got him. What a play.
Great fundamentals there at first base. A textbook example of putting your body in position to make a play and doing just that. That's how they teach you to do it.
Here's Matt Olson.
Bowling.
The 1-0. There's a swing and a drive. Carrying well. And it is out of here. He hammers one out to right. And they add on. It's 3-1.
A little more breathing room is always a good thing in baseball, and now they have it. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Braves, catcher
Drake Baldwin, the next to hit, 1 for 3. And that one upstairs, ball 1. The next offering misses. Ball 2. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that one a little below the knees. And now 3-0. Two down, nobody on. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. On the ground to first, and that's a fair ball. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Just missed. So the call stands. So that removes their last challenge. And another ball. Baldwin off of first with 2 away. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Swings and misses. It's 2-2.
Boog, it looked like that curveball backed up on him, and although it's a mistake, it works out really good for the pitcher. The hitter's timed it up, expects it to be to a certain spot, and it just doesn't get there.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Braves get one on the big fly. Last chance coming up for the Pirates. All set to start the 9th in this one. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Brandon Lowe. Foul ball there. And a swing and a miss. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fights that one away, still 1-2. In the air to left center. Yastrzemski gets under it. And there's one away.
Next for Pittsburgh, right fielder, Brian Bennett.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball one. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Now he'll turn for second. And he's got his second double of the game.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Ryan O'Hearn.
Hey!
The tying run at the plate.
Oh.
Right through there for a strike. This one in the air, center field. 2 away.
Up next for Pittsburgh, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna.
In there, and it's 0-1.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Tying run at the plate. They're down to their final strike. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Well, someone from the bullpen had to come in, get a big out, and then had a little time to think about it before he went back out to get the final 3 outs of this ball game. Nonetheless, outstanding job to get the save.